Hello guys, welcome back. So let's do a new topic, genetics. So for genetics, we should first know what it means by phenotype, genotype, karyotype. So starting first with the genotype. Genotype, it is a genetic makeup of an individual. Genetic makeup of an individual. Some of you have straight hair, some of you have curly hairs, some has blue eyes, some has green eyes, some has brown eyes. So all these differences is because they all have different genetic makeup. Okay, so that is their genotype. Now phenotype, there were some set of genes which coded for making someone's eye a brown color, someone having a straight hair, someone having a curly hair. That was coded by gene, but we are able to see it, and that physical thing which you can see, the physical appearance which is visible to you, that is your phenotype. So for phenotype, you can write down the physical appearance which can be seen or heard. The last is karyotype. Now karyotype, it is a picture of person's chromosome. We have normally 46 chromosome total. That is 44 autosomes and 2 sex chromosome. In females, XX is a sex chromosome, and in males, XY is the sex chromosome. So karyotype is the picture of a person's chromosome. Genotype, it is a genetic makeup of an individual. Phenotype, it is a physical appearance which could be seen or heard. I hope these three main definitions of genetic is clear to you. So let's move on with something called as gene expression. So write down the topic, gene expression. So it is expressing of a gene in an individual. So for this, we are going to take an example. Suppose if there are two sisters, okay, two sisters. Now two sisters, one has a straight hair, another has a curly hair. Okay, the parent of the sister is same. They both have common parents, same mother, same father. But what made one girl have the straight hair and what made the other girl have this curly hair? They got the same genes from their father and mother, but there is difference, right? And this difference is because there are other genes also present, and there is effect of one gene over another gene. Okay, so gene expression is expressing of a gene. The gene coded in them. One got a straight hair, one got a curly hair. So this expressing of a gene, it's called as gene expression. Now the reason why they got different types of hair, even though their parents were same, because write down the reason that same genotype can give different expression as gene interacts with other genes and therefore shows different expression. So one gene has an effect on another gene. Okay, so this difference of effect of gene on another gene causes different gene expressions in an individual, even though they have the same genotype. Okay, I hope this is clear. Then let's see another topic, that is incomplete penetrance. Now incomplete penetrance, write an easy definition for this, that individuals with a genotype may not always express its phenotype. For example, write down BRCA1 gene, which is for familial breast cancer. Now, what does this incomplete penetrance means? I've written that individuals with a genotype may not always express its phenotype. Let's look at it with the example which I wrote, BRCA1 gene. Now, this gene is responsible for this disease, familial breast cancer. Okay, if someone has this gene, then there is 80% chance that they will have this familial breast cancer. Okay, this is the gene, this is the genotype. This is the genotype. Whereas this familial breast cancer, which could be seen, this is your phenotype. Okay, so only 80% shows this familial breast cancer. What about 20%? In those 20%, genotype is there, but the phenotype is not expressed. So they don't have familial breast cancer, even though they have BRCA1 gene. So this is called as incomplete penetrance. Okay, so they give you a question that there is a so-so person is having such kind of a disease, and there's only 30% chance that this will be shown into that person. The disease will be shown into the person. The answer for that is incomplete penetrance. Okay, So it depends on the chance. 80%, it is 80% dominant gene. BRCA1 gene, it is 80% dominant. But 20% times it doesn't show this phenotype, that is familial breast cancer. So this is a very easy definition for incomplete penetrance. Please remember this, okay? Now let's do some other topics which are also very important for Krok point of view. So write down modificative variability. Now modificative variability, it is not inherited genetically. So first write down non-hereditary change. That means it is not passed on genetically, okay? It is acquired by ourselves. So it is adapted or acquired through environment or by our own activity. I'll explain you this with an example, that if there is a pregnant woman. Now pregnant woman, there are separate set of drugs which they are allowed to take. If this pregnant woman is taking an antibiotic, which she is not allowed to take, but she took it, okay, without doctor's prescription. So what happens, this antibiotic will go and will cause teratogenic factor in the fetus. Okay, now teratogenic factor means what? Teratogenic factor means terror-like effect in fetus. So fetus will have terror-like appearance or terror-like things. For example, stomach in the mouth. Can you imagine it? So that is teratogenic factor, which is occurring. Why? Because the woman took the antibiotic which she wasn't allowed to take. So she did it. The teratogenic factor came because of her own activity. So this is called as modificative variability. To modificative variability, it is related to teratogenic factor. Now this teratogenic factor, it is a terror-like factor which can be seen. So it is related to phenotype. So all these three things are interlinked. This teratogenic factor, this modificative variability, and phenotype. Okay, phenotype is nothing but your physical appearance, I told. So if such a baby is born, if such a fetus takes birth and becomes baby, then we can see those terror-like effects. So we say that its phenotype is such and such. Okay, and this teratogenic factor was caused by the woman's own activity of taking antibiotics without doctor's prescription. So this adapting something or getting into ourselves something by our own actions, by our own activity, it is called as modificative variability. So actually these three things are connected, can be seen. Therefore, you can write this, therefore phenotype. Now write the next topic, that is polymery. Now polymery means many genes giving one effect. For example, skin pigmentation. Now for skin pigmentation, there are many genes required. So many genes will come together and give one color to the skin. So that is polymery. We have something called as pleiotropy. So write down, we have something called as pleiotropy. It is opposite of polymery, that is one gene and many effects. So one gene will control many effects. So it is more deadly. If one gene is damaged somehow, or there is some mutation in that gene, so many effects will be damaged or many effects will be affected, right? For example, of pleiotropy, we have two diseases. So write down these. So example of pleiotropy is Hartnupp's disease, and the another is Marfan syndrome. So Hartnupp's disease, here what happens, there is decreased reabsorption of tryptophan. This tryptophan gets reabsorbed in the kidney, okay? But due to this pleiotropy, this tryptophan is not reabsorbed. Now tryptophan, you will be studying in biochemistry, it has many functions. It's responsible for your skin. It is responsible for vitamin B3 formation, okay? So what happens if this is not reabsorbed? So what will happen? There will be decreased vitamin B3 because it is responsible for forming vitamin B3. It will lead to skin problem, okay? And it will cause you many other problems which are related to tryptophan. So pleiotropy, as I said, one gene but many effect. So one gene got affected, the person got Hartnupp's disease. Hartnupp's disease is decreased reabsorption of tryptophan. Therefore, these two and many other problems will be seen because of only one gene is affected. The Marfan syndrome, you will have a lot of problems. So write down eye problem. The second is Arachnodectyly. Arachnodectyly, arachno means spider. Dactyly means fingers. Then you have joint problems and heart problems. So remember this arachnodectyly mainly. Okay, it is very important in Marfan syndrome. So you should know if in question they have given Arachnodectyly, then it is a feature for Marfan syndrome. And Marfan syndrome is an example for Pleiotropy. What is Pleiotropy? It is one gene and many effects. So I hope this Pleiotropy and Polymery is clear. So in the next video, we'll continue this genetics and do autosomal diseases and sex-linked diseases. Okay, thank you.